Shaman, my friend, how are you? Shaman, hello.
Yes,
Hi, how are you?
fine. And you?
I'm good, thank you. Sorry for the delay.
No, no problem. Maybe I will have to leave uh, earlier
Okay.
because, yeah, I had
Well,
that, but
well, no
no
worries. I mean,
problem.
if there's thinking things, I mean, we leave when you need to leave. If there's anything
Yeah,
that, if you would like to have another session tomorrow, we can do another session tomorrow, okay?
okay, perfect.
Cool. Excellent.
There
Uh,
was something I wanted to
yes,
before
let's
we
start
start.
through the questions. Yes.
Yes, because on Friday I had
Yeah.
a job. Okay,
Yeah. Yeah.
uh, I did photo shooting for a small company. They sell pajamas.
Yeah.
We did one in May, I guess. It was
Yeah.
for summer
Yeah.
collection,
Yeah.
and now they did it the winter.
Yeah.
Uh, and so from one of the things that I took from one of the last, well, the last class
Yeah.
was about the energies and like talking to, like, what do you want to get from this session, so to
Hmm.
say.
Yeah.
uh but the problem there was me. So I was the
Okay.
one with the bad energy because I wasn't feeling comfortable, okay, so to say, because of how everything was planned.
Okay. From the client side.
Yes,
Okay.
from the client side. So I know, uh, I mean, I have my my part on this uh, communication issue
Yeah.
because it's just that it's bad communication. So um, from my side, because I did not ask what were the conditions.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Uh, but also from my part, I didn't say my conditions are this. I work like this. This is my my day rates
Yeah.
or so. Um, this is something that I have to work on. But yeah, that is what I wanted to say. So when you are in a situation like that, that like you have committed to do something, and and I try to put aside that uh, bad thinking, so those limiting thoughts that come to my mind, and but it's just like I have to do this, but I don't want to. So
Yeah.
and it's, like you
Yeah.
are fighting inside yourself. So
Yeah.
you are not well, I was not letting myself uh go and like flowing with everything, and it
Yeah.
was a bit, you know uh and this is something that I don't know, from what I'm telling you, what could you tell me, but
Yeah.
uh I had the feeling at some point that maybe I have to think about it. Like, do I really want to do this, or I mean, in photography,
Yeah.
or it's just like today I have a bad moment or something like that. But how to skip that that thinking to another mental position. So you are like, this is all something trying to stop me or to like
Yes.
making me wanna quit, but this is not the real me. This is like the
I
mind
know.
playing that.
Yes, it is.
But I felt bad because as I was trying to address this thinking, because well, yeah, I've studied, I've worked for this, I have like some uh, how to say this, like mm, yeah, wishes,
Mhm.
so to say.
Yeah.
But then it's like I'm not committing enough to make it work or something like that.
Hmm.
But yeah, it was like hmm, I did this. Apparently, client is happy with the result,
Good.
but I'm not comfortable the way I did it. So
Okay. So
from
what do
the very
you,
beginning.
okay,
So
what's the uncomfortable part? What's the thing that did not work for you?
uh, I think it's the job itself.
Okay.
So
Right.
because I tell you what it is. Okay,
Yeah.
it's like the e-commerce, something
Yeah.
like that. Because it was a shooting. It was three models, two girls and one boy, and uh, the pajamas, like they were uh, maybe 14 different models, different
Mm.
products,
Yeah.
different pajamas for everyone.
For each one.
Yes,
Wow.
yes. And there
In one
was like,
day.
yes.
Holy shit. Same background or not?
So it was the same background, but then he wanted to do like lifestyle. So in the sofa, like
Oh
watching
my
TV
God.
or calling on a phone.
Wow.
And then in the kitchen, like having coffee in the morning and working on the kitchen.
That's three
So,
days work, my friend. That's 3 days work.
well, I did it in one day because we started maybe at, yeah, it was 10 something in the
Yeah.
morning. And we feel, well, yeah, I went out at 4 p.m. So
Okay.
7 hours. Well, no, 6 hours.
Congratulations. That was speed work. Was it stressful for you?
Yes.
I believe that. So, do you put in place contracts, or I don't call them contracts, I call them a deal and deliver. It's what the
Yeah,
deal is. Yeah,
that's the point. So this is what I'm missing.
right.
Okay. This is what I haven't done and I know I should do.
Yes.
But because I started with this client this way, and this was the second time with this client, and I feel like he gave me an opportunity.
Yeah.
Uh,
You don't owe him anything. You've given him the pictures. He paid you for your services.
yes.
Done. It's
Mhm.
done. I have one situation with this course where one of the participants that actually showed up once on this course, the others, I don't know, the other two never showed up.
Mhm.
But he sent me a message saying, I've changed my mind. I don't want to be part of the course. I want my money back. And I said, I'm sorry, but you've actually taken part in one class, and you're more than welcome to, watch it online or whatever it is, but you've paid for the course. And, I told him we don't have a refund policy and whatever. And he got furious. And the thing is, I learned something from that myself, is that I should actually make the return policy very clear, more clear to people what it actually is. And also, it's a matter with my photography. It's a matter of actually respecting and honoring your business. Your business is a separate entity to you. It's something that you have chosen to work with. Okay? It's not you, the business. Yes, you do the work, but you're actually employed by your business. Legally or not, it doesn't matter. Even if you don't have a company, you've actually created that in order to be working for that company. Okay? And you have to honor that. If you do not honor your business, the business will not show you more money. It will not attract happiness for you, and it will not grow. So what you can do is situation, I understand the situation, you've been working with this client, you have not written contracts before, blah, blah, to put a contract in place now could seem weird or whatever. Well, I have a solution for that too. You can blame it on me. You can say, hey, I have some great news. I now have an agent or a manager. Call me whatever you want. And he demands of me, and he's going to make something up, whatever, that represents you all over the world. I don't know, make it up to make it appealing to the client saying, fuck, we're working with this photographer now. Oh, that's great. Okay? And just say, but the one thing is that I have to put in place these deal and delivers. Call it a deal and deliver, not a contract. Contracts scare everybody. And if they say, what is a deal and deliver? Say, well, it's similar to a contract, but it's not a legal thing. It's just what the deal is between us because my manager or whatever it is wants to know and what I deliver for that so that everything is clear for you and for me and for my manager. Simple, right? So you do that. I can send you a copy of my template of the deal and deliver. You get that. I'll send it to you.
Okay.
And use that. But you have to have it in place for your sake and for the client's sake. And for actually everybody's sake, because that energy is perceived by everybody on set. Even if it's covered, if it's whatever, if it's hidden, it will be perceived. Everybody understands energy. It's the first language that we have, it's energy.
Yeah,
Okay?
I felt that
It cannot carry on like this. It
it
cannot go
was,
on.
like
All the times that I forgot to get a deal and deliver signed for a shoot, it went sideways. Every time. Every single time. Why? Because there's no clarity. Because I had an issue even with a job that I did not that long ago for a big bed company where I actually did have a deal and deliver, but I did them a favor because in Sweden, this client is Swedish, it's illegal to do an exchange of products for services. It's very illegal. So, and we made a deal because their beds are worth a fortune. And verbally, we made this agreement that on top of my day rate, on top of my fee, I would actually get one of the beds. Not the most expensive one, but the least expensive is still 10,000 euro.
wow.
Yeah. So, and I wanted a new bed, so I made that deal. And the client said, oh, great, thank you very much, and whatever. When we come to the shoot, at the end of the shoot, and I said, so how do we do it now for the bed? Do I just tell you which one I want, or how do we do it? Which products can I choose from? You know, normal questions. And she looks at me and says, well, yeah, I mean, just, you know the products now, and you choose what you want, and you'll get a discount. I was like, sorry, what discount? And that we started a big fight because she was really aggressive towards me. And I was like, hey, I'm sorry, but you're actually cheating me out of 10,000 euros. You have a chance of either paying me the 10,000 euros or giving me a bed. But this you and I have actually agreed on. So everything that is not written in your deal and deliver, you can forget about it. Including if it's this was a good friend of mine. This was a good friend of mine. And she no longer is. Why? Because of a stupid thing of money. And not clarity. It's not even money, it's the not lack of clarity. Then why she did it, if she actually forgot or whatever, that's irrelevant. But it created an issue between us. And you want to avoid that in all cases. If somebody wants to fight, okay, they want to fight and they will do whatever they want to fight. Do not go into the energy of fight. That never creates anything. But have clarity. And that you are in charge of. Okay?
Yeah.
Does that make any sense?
Yes, of course. Thank you.
Good. And as I said, blame it on me.
Okay,
Give them my website. Tell them to call me. Whatever. I'll say, yeah, of course, it's sure. He's brilliant.
thank you for that.
No worries. Are you happy with the pictures?
To be honest, I just dumped them on the computer, turned them into JPEGs, uploaded to the Dropbox, and sent
Forgot
them to
about it.
him. Yeah, because that's what he asked me.
Yeah,
As the first time we worked, the
yeah.
first session, I did a bit of processing of the images and all that stuff.
Mhm,
It was a lot of work
mhm.
on the computer. I mean,
Yeah,
apart from the session, and but this time he told me all in that moment when we were there.
yeah.
No, now you just, because in my camera I use CF Express cards, not SDs, and but he asked me, well, now you can put the photos in my computer, and I said, I don't think you have the card reader from this kind of card. It's not
My
SD.
bed client said the same thing, and I said, "Good luck. Here's the card. What are you going to do? Show me how you do it on your computer."
Yeah.
She's like, "Where do I
And
put it?"
also, I told him this, what I have now in camera is not JPEGs, it's raw files.
Yeah.
So this is another process. And then, oh, okay. And when I told him, well, now here there are 90 gigabytes of photos. And, oof, well, that's a lot. And I told him, yes, about 2,000 photos we have now here. So, and he said, okay. Yes, you have a lot of photos to choose from, so I don't even have checked a
Yeah,
lot. So I can't say a lot
yeah,
because I haven't seen the photos. I guess there are a couple that are okay because I remember from them the moment
yeah.
I did that. But
You don't care.
yeah, I care because it's,
Yeah.
something that I did, and I wanted to maybe one or two to use for portfolio maybe,
Yes. Yes.
but yeah, I don't, I was so fed up with all the thing that I just said, okay, I send this, and when I'm done with this, I need to, like, recover a
Yeah.
bit. And but
Wow.
yeah, the thing is that I know that I'm responsible for this situation, but yeah, I don't know. I thought it would work something different,
Hmm.
but yeah, as you said, everything that is not written, so to
It doesn't
say,
exist.
in
It
the
doesn't
end.
exist. Yeah.
So, but yeah, but I blame myself for that because I know it's.
Well, stop blaming yourself because that doesn't create anything. Instead, say, okay, that's great. I've got some new awareness now
Hmm,
and I've learned from it. That's great.
yeah, that's
Now,
the part that I want to take from this is the learning
yes,
that I.
exactly. Exactly.
But yeah, but yeah.
Um, so, well, take it as a learning. I'm just writing down something here that I want to discuss with you as well in a minute.
Hmm.
We'll do it after the class, actually, because it's a question me to me that I want to ask. Um, I'm just writing it down so I don't forget. There.
Hmm.
Okay. Because an idea came to me while you were saying all this.
Okay.
But anyhow, yeah, clarity is number one because clarity actually makes you more relaxed and it actually brings you, once everything is clear, you just play because you love what you do, I'm sure. I do. So, and you wouldn't be here if you didn't love what you do.
Hmm. Yeah.
And the other thing, please remember that we are the worst enemies of ourselves. And we actually create everything to stop us from doing what we actually enjoy and what we know will create something greater in our lives. We always self sabotage in every single way. And not just with our work, with our lives in general. And I see it over and over again, and I don't blame myself. Sometimes I do, yes, because we're the worst judges of ourselves as well. But when I get out of my self judgment, I go, okay, I fucked up there. So what can I change now? We always have a chance to change, to get bigger, to improve, to change things to how we actually would like to have them. So we actually create everything that we have. Okay? Okay, so let's put that aside unless you have any more questions about this.
No, no,
Okay.
it's okay. Yeah.
Do you have any other questions that maybe came up since last time we spoke?
I don't have anything written down from
Okay.
you. So yeah, maybe
So it
something will
doesn't
come up to
exist.
my mind, and I will ask you, of course. Yeah, thank
Okay,
you.
okay.
Mhm.
So here I have my list.
Mhm.
So we've spoken about this a lot, and I would like you to ask me some questions if there's anything that is not clear with you. And
Mhm.
it's the energetics of lighting in photography. So already from the start, what does that mean to you right now?
Sorry, can you repeat the question?
Yeah, the energetics of lighting in photography, what are they?
So this is uh, the kind of yeah. I will use the same word,
Yeah,
but the energy that you want to to transmit. I don't know if this word is correct. Using different lightings. So
yeah.
what you feel or you want uh, the other people to feel when they see that image,
Yes, and not, that is
playing
great.
with the
And
lighting.
it's not just the lighting.
Okay.
The energetics of photography is not just the lighting. The lighting is a very big part, yes.
Okay.
But energetics is also how you manage your energy in the whole process of the job. So it's the energy that you create, for instance, like putting a deal and delivery in place, you create clarity. And the day on set, with any type of photography, you first of all want to do what all the big stars, the big entertainment stars do, is they take a few minutes for themselves to reconnect with themselves, to empty all the shit from the day or the week or the month or whatever before that doesn't exist anymore. Be present with you right now. What are you about to do? You're about to do something, and no matter what shit comes up, oh, I'm working for this client for no money. Doesn't matter. You've done it. You're here now. You're actually shooting for this client.
Mhm.
So, how grateful can you be for this right now? Are you doing a job that you love? Yes. Are you getting paid? Great. That's enough. Even if you do a job for free. Okay, I chose to do it for free. Why do I choose to do it for free? Because I'm going to have a lot of fun and I get it going to create greater in my life. Great. Boom. Empower that. You empower your power, your potency, your kindness, all the things that you see as positive about you. Go into the gratitude energy. So basically, you change, you shift your energy to no matter what it is, to something that is light and that is actually going to contribute to the shoot. And then you walk in the studio. And then you meet the assistant, the client, the models, hair and makeup artists, the whole team with this energy. And you being this energy, you spread it. Whether you want it or not, it spreads. It's contagious. And you will see people, even if they're grumpy, they're going to start melting around you. And the way you want that to happen, every shoot is a party for me. And people get that. They all have fun on my shoots. Why? Because I have fun. I meet people in the street, I talk to everybody in the street, and I smile at everybody in the street. Some of them don't smile back, most of them do, wondering, who is that crazy guy? And it's fine. I'm happy with that, and maybe I change somebody's day, or half an hour, or 5 minutes, it doesn't matter. But my smile contributes to somebody else. And some people, those that choose to receive it, then they receive it. Okay? And it's the same thing here. The energetics of photography is actually the energy that you as a photographer creates with what you're going to create. And please do not go into judgment. I'll give you one example with this. Because maybe you actually want the model to look angry or pissed off at you for something that you have in mind with the picture. I had that situation once.
Mhm.
And first I was like, I can't do this. And then I started smiling inside of me, and I was like, fuck, this is going to be so much fun. I'm actually going to do it. I wanted the model to be really pissed off at me because I wanted this angry look, and especially the intensity in the eyes. It was for a makeup campaign. So it goes completely against what, makeup campaigns are about, because they're always super happy and whatever. This was not.
Mhm.
And I entered the studio like the biggest asshole in the world. First of all, I say hi to my client, very nice. I say hi to my assistants, very sweet. I hug the makeup artist and the stylist because I knew them before, happy and everything. And then I look at the model and say, hi, and walk away. The model always thinks she's a superstar on set. I come in there and I'm just like, hi, and walk away. That got her pissed off already. That already pissed her off. So my first thing was, that didn't feel good for me, but yes, I'm getting exactly where I am. So I was treating her like an asshole, really an asshole. And people around me were like, what the fuck's up with him? Actually, my assistant told me. One of my assistants said, Andrea, are you okay? I said, I'm perfect. He said, but the model is pissed off. I said, I know, that's good. He looks at me and says, you're crazy, and walks away. So, and I carried on like this until lunchtime. And lunchtime, why? Because I knew that for me, when it's a campaign picture for cosmetics or something big like that, I'm actually after one single picture. Okay, so we shoot 1, 2, 3, 4 days for one single picture. Okay, and if it's a one-day shoot, normally I build up the model to the energy that I want for the morning. We go for lunch, and then I actually shoot the one picture. When I was shooting in film, that first half a day, I didn't have any film in the camera. I actually did not put film in the camera
Okay.
because I was building the energy. Now we have digital, so I can shoot as many pictures as I want. Doesn't matter. But since it was a one-day shoot, I actually wanted to get this picture done before lunch. That's why I ended my game at lunchtime. When I got there, we got the picture, and she was so fucking furious with me. It was showing all over the pictures. I mean, every single picture, she was mad at me. And they were so fucking beautiful. And then I was like, should we go for lunch? And I go up to the model and say, are you okay? And she goes like, yeah. I said, come, I have something to tell you. She was like, what? I said, come on, I'll tell you at lunchtime. And she was still pissed off with me. We walked to the restaurant, which was like 3 minutes outside the studio. She did not even want to walk with me. She was that furious with me because I really treated her like shit. We come to the restaurant, I ordered some Prosecco, and I gave her the first glass, and I said, this is a big apology to me, and maybe you're going to thank me later, maybe you're not, but I'm sorry for being an asshole the whole morning. I had a goal with that. I'm really grateful for you to be furious at me because that's exactly what I wanted. If I asked you to be furious with me, it would have been fake. It would have seemed fake to everybody. That energy would not have been there. You were so genuine with being fucking furious at me. I'm so grateful for you. You're brilliant. And she looks at me, she's like, God, you're fucked up. Okay, great. And everybody started laughing. So, yes, are you willing to be an asshole in order to create what actually is required? Are you willing to be anything that you judge as really bad, really terrible, really wrong, if actually that creates greater? And apologize to the people afterwards if it's a similar process to this. Say, hey, sorry guys, but I was just doing my job. That's not really me. I adore you. I was just trying to create a persona out of you. That's all. Okay?
Okay.
Cool. So that's really the energetics of photography. And then the light will also contribute to this. The camera will contribute to this also with the lens that you choose, the angle that you choose, the distance that you choose, all these things, you have to be that energy in order that energy to spread around you, with the people, with the lighting, with everything. And you choose the lighting depending on that energy, following that energy, not following the preconceived ideas of this is the right lighting for this kind of picture. Forget that. Even if it is what you're doing is what they teach and whatever, fine. I'm not saying this is right, that is wrong. I'm just giving you the advice to actually follow the energy that you actually know, very deep down, you know that that is the perfect lighting. No other lighting will do for this particular shot. It doesn't even have to make sense to you, but what feels really light and brings joy in your heart, that is the right one. If it makes you a little bit heavy and contracted, ask a few more questions and ask the lights to contribute. This will sound crazy and fucked up to most photographers, and I think that you actually get that now. And please let me know if you don't, because I'll clarify more. Does that make sense? Or
Yes, it makes sense. Yeah.
cool. Excellent. Any more questions around the energetics of lighting in photography? And I say energetics of lighting because light is, as explained more and over and over and over again, photons are actually light.
Yeah, that's maybe I misunderstood the question because of the wording,
Because of that.
but now that's why I said about the lighting. But yeah, I
Yes,
understand.
the
So
lighting.
yeah,
Yeah.
that to see if I got what
Yes,
you just said is it's not about, or not just about what light sources, how many lights, how you place them,
exactly.
which light modifiers, which
Yeah,
camera, which lens,
yeah,
but what you what the energy that you and the model or the models choose to play with.
exactly. And I know it could have been a trick question with the word lighting, but as I said before, it's, we are lighting.
Yeah.
We are light. The full stop. We are light. And it's really a conversation between you and the lighting, with no barriers, completely vulnerable, and receiving the information. Okay?
Mhm. Yeah.
Cool. So the next point here is the secret of what makes you really unique. So do you have an idea what makes you personally really unique? Bring it on.
As a person, or
As a person, as a photographer, you in general, yeah, as a person.
wow, it's a really deep question.
I know, I know. I'm digging there.
Um, um, to be honest, I
Yes.
haven't uh, thought about this really, really deep and days and weeks and over the years about what makes me unique. I only have like what others have told me, that like normally it's a family, or maybe not even a very good friend or close one, but more like a couple of people from the family, like aunt or
Hmm?
my godfather or something like that. Um, and I would say is uh, like um, this, yes, like the way I am. So like my personality, it's just not like one thing, but of like a group, like
Hmm.
a body of, and it's how um I am like in here or at another place, how I talk, how I deal with whatever comes up. But I can't say like what, you know, one specific thing that this is what makes me. I don't even know if it would be the case, but it's something that maybe I guess could vary between ages, but yeah, I like to think that that is that every one of us is unique in this, like how you live, no? How you come up with when life comes to you with whatever, and how you live it, so
Yes.
to say, yeah, they when I have these kind of conversations with, you know, like one an aunt from my mom's sister, and which since the passing of my mom we've been maybe closer even, and with this, for the same reason with this my mom's brother is well, one of my mom's brother, my godfather. To have this kind of conversations uh, every now and then, and we talk about this, because I have been quite confused about my purpose on life. This is something even now uh, I don't know it. So I try to find my purpose in life, because until very recently, it was like something I've been taught, no? Study something to
Yeah.
get a good job, or yeah, a well-paid job.
Yeah.
Not a good
We've all
job,
heard
because
that.
this is good. Is
Yeah.
quite, yeah. You
Mhm.
have what is good for you. Maybe I have another
Exactly.
meaning in my
Yeah.
mind, and just yeah, uh, go away with that.
Mhm.
Uh, and this is something that has never really like been my goal. I don't know if because I've been too imaginative or too dreamy. Maybe I had a lot of birds in my head when I was younger,
Good.
and I yeah.
Thank God
I,
for those birds in your head.
yes, this is what I've been told. I don't know if it's okay or not to explain it like that, because it's not my uh my my analysis, so to say. It's what I've been told that I
Yeah.
have,
Yeah.
like, that has become my speech, like
Yeah.
birds in the head. I never felt like I have birds in the head, but I've heard my mom or my family, like, you have a lot of it in, birds in the head and blah and blah. But yeah, so yeah, to know your purpose in life, as well, I'm reading books, and and listening to to people, to like from different fields and so on. And this thing about uh, uh, to having a purpose, uh, I agree a lot with this thing, no? That you gotta have a purpose in life, and it doesn't have to be anything like like something very uh, big, like from movies, like wanting to change the whole world, but something that is yours, so that you really commit to it, and that you love to commit to that, and it can change during the years, of course, but I think uh, it it that is what will move you more than chasing money, chasing many. It could be that, of course.
Mm.
I've understood that too, but it has to be, as I understand this, uh, something more meaningful than just uh, getting something like money or things or material.
Yeah.
Uh, this is something that I'm working on. So
And that is a work in progress for all of us that actually seek that. We are the seekers of the world.
hmm,
And we're more and more, there's more and more of us, but we're not many still.
hmm,
I was convinced, and when I was young, that everybody was a seeker. Everybody wanted to know more about themselves, about their mission in life and whatever. And I've always, just like you, been looking for, okay, so what is my mission, my purpose in life? What is it? And I could not come up with any answers until very recently, after actually I stopped my touring with Profoto and whatever. And I was like, wow, what I realized for myself is that my purpose in this life, the meaning of me being here is that I actually love to empower people to actually see their own potency, their own capacities, and to contribute to that. And in a way, that is not might not seem that big, but whatever choice we make, even if it's a choice of, like I said before, smiling at a person in the street once, that is already changing the whole world because of the ripple effect. And you don't do these things. That's where it comes a bit tricky, because this reality tells us that if you do A plus B, that equals C. So you have to do A plus B in order to get C. And that's where the thing that you touched on before is that if you study properly and if you chase work properly, then you will make the money, you'll be happy. No, no, because I could study, yes, and then I end up getting a job that I don't like with people that I hate and making not enough money of what I actually desire to have to live my life. I don't need to be a billionaire, but I want to have this kind of life, whatever it is to you. But when you're talking about something meaningful and whatever, yes, I get that we're here. Us actually being on this planet is a gift of itself. So first of all, it's gratitude. How did I get so lucky to actually be in this sweet body of mine on this beautiful magic planet? The gratitude for actually being there. And then actually, and this is a deeper conversation, yes, it's meant to be that way, and it might get even more uncomfortable. And it's okay. We're supposed to go there. Change is never comfortable, and I'm going to touch that subject in a minute. And it's really about digging deeper inside yourself. And I hope this does not stop at this conversation between us, but it's something that keeps going on with yourself. It's an internal conversation with you, with no barriers, with a lot of allowance for whatever shows up, but really going deeper and deeper in your own vulnerability towards yourself. and looking at what works for you, what doesn't work for you, and what really makes you happy in this planet. And for me, this conversation now, you being in this course and us having these conversations and everything that I actually, well, most 99% of the things that I do in my life that I actually choose of doing that actually bring me joy, I know that every single one of those pieces actually bring joy to other people. And that is one thing that I really desire with my life. If there's one thing that I want to leave behind me is joy. If people remember me or not, if they remember my name, it doesn't matter. If I leave one more person behind me with real joy and happiness on the planet, my job is done. And I really hope it doesn't stop there. I hope that people say, I don't know, I was miserable until one day and I don't know what happened that day and I'm happy since then. I hope that that day they actually saw me smiling at them. That's all. And they don't even know why they got happy about it after that. That is what I desire because I see that there's so much misery in this world and so much destruction and whatever, and that's where we can come in with our pictures, and not even with ourselves, and actually start changing the world that way. So, going with with this conversation is that, well, thank God that your uncle and your aunt actually acknowledge this, because when we get this acknowledged, we start getting that, and I'm going to tell you, I'm going to repeat this to you, and I'm sure they've done it. You're not crazy, you're not weird, you're not fucked up. You are a gift by being this. Okay? And please see you as a gift. You are a gift. I mean, for me, we have not met in person yet, but it feels like we know each other very well. And
I have to say this now, but I think that well, I met you, so to say,
yeah,
when you did that free YouTube
yes,
class during the lockdown,
yeah.
and from there I got here. So you did the 10 euros, 10 lights,
We did a lot of
and
things.
the WhatsApp group from
Yeah,
Spaniards. We are
yes,
there already,
yes,
a
yes.
lot of people. I think in that moment when it was like the world is ending,
We
and
started it.
then yes, this was born.
Yes,
So it's difficult to explain, but I think this also that energy that you had and the way you empower anyone who was there willing to get anything from you that you were putting out uh, yeah, yourself, your energy, your kindness, something. I don't know. I To me, you know, that I think changed something on that, and I don't know. Anything, life continues and everything, but yeah, to me, and I guess for many others, as we said on the WhatsApp group, there's still community there, and not as much as at the beginning, but it's still
still
continuing.
going. Yeah, still going.
uh, and this is something that uh, that it yeah, it's difficult for me to explain it, but that made that change in life, no.
Cool, cool. Thank you for that.
And I guess maybe in other situation it wouldn't work.
Yeah,
I don't know.
yeah,
Yes, it's being at the precise moment
yeah,
and that place, and
yeah.
yeah.
And thank you for saying that and for acknowledging that because I actually created those I did two free classes during the pandemic and that was
Hmm.
my my actual point and meaning to create those classes was to actually be a contribution to other photographers and to show them that hey, the world is not ending now, it's actually just starting now. And it's
Yeah,
up to us to do something about it. And then, yes, of course, I'm surprised that the group still has my name in it. I'm happy about it, and I'm glad that people interact with each other.
yeah,
One wish that I have, well, first of all, I'm super grateful for you that you are one of those few that actually get it, get the whole thing beneath the light and the cameras and all this. There's actually something else, and there's actually something else that we can create with our cameras and our lights, because they're fucking magic. We're actually playing with magic. We're like wizards. And most photographers that are wizards, they're using their potions and magic spells in the wrong way. Well, wrong way. They don't know any other way because they don't choose to know that there is another way, like you do. You know that there is another way, and that's why we're here now. And the other way with this is that, I mean, my whole point with doing this class, this course, and to doing basically every single photography light that I have. And the simplest video, the one that is in your face when you go on my YouTube channel, and I'm not going to change it because it's like, what is it? Not even 2 minutes video. But for me, that is really the essence of why I'm here for. Yes, I'm a photographer. Sure. I'm a recognized photographer. Yeah, sure. What does that mean? I don't have a fucking clue because I'm not a millionaire yet. So I don't know. Everybody thinks that a successful photographer is a millionaire. Oh, I'm definitely not that right now. So forget that thing. So, but for me, I am successful anyway. Why? First of all, because you are here. And second of all, because of all the people that have been to my classes that actually got something from that and that made them grow. I don't expect them to still be there with me and do more classes and whatever. No, they got enough, they got enough. But to know that I have been a contribution, at least to somebody that gets, oh, wow, okay, cool. Thank you, Andrea. Then I'll do this and this and this and this. And off they go. Great. They want to come back to me? Sure, I'm here. You want to grow even more? Sure, let's do it together. What do you want? How can I contribute to you? So it's really being in that. And I wanted those pandemic classes to actually bring that to the world. And I think that that group actually is doing it. And they might not be digging as deep as we are here right now, but I see them that at least they've got out of competition with each other.
Yeah.
They're actually there together. It's a community. It is a community. So that I'm super fucking grateful for. And I'm just wondering how can I spread this even more to the world? That's my gift, my question, my biggest question. How can I be the gift that I know I could be to even more people? And how could I actually make this grow even more? So let's see. But again, with a purpose in life, I discovered that me wanting to contribute to people and wanting to be a contribution to people to create people's lives. So not to create people's life, but to empower people to create their own life in a greater way, beyond self-judgment, beyond the limitations of preconceived ideas and set mindsets that tell us to go one way or another in life. And those of us that chose a different path, like you, like myself, um, we're very few, and we have to be grateful for ourselves and whoever actually allowed us or empowered us to take those ways, because that creates more. It might not create more money, and it might. We never know. We're still here, and but at least it's something that brings us joy. And if we're happy, more and more people around us will be happy.
That's one of the points
Yeah, yeah,
for me, because
yeah,
before this, well, I've told this to other people that they're actually photographers and they are full time on this job, and uh, with my regular job as I was working in a car rental company. I well, I burned out, and I'm the kind of person that uh, will keep things inside until gets home, and at home you blow up. So
yeah,
I blew up,
yeah,
and that happened with my wife. and my son, who was at that time 2 years, yes, two, and I knew from that moment that I didn't want that to happen again,
Yeah.
because not as for me, I mean, for my son especially,
Yeah, of course.
because I didn't want him to grow seeing me
Yeah.
like I am, and that he potentially will learn this and he
Do
will
it. Yeah.
do the same thing.
Yeah.
And but this is something that uh, that I think that you have to have the will to open up and to, this is like mentally, you know, but like you work it out, like going to the gym, no? You
Yeah.
want to have that perfect body, blah blah blah, you have to go to the gym, you have to be clean, but you have to be mindful on that. So what are the steps to follow? You
Yeah.
can not jump and like, you know,
Yeah.
the shortcuts and that. And
Yeah.
here is the same thing. But this is something that I'm working on now, and that I'm it's a process. And so to me, in this case for photography, and I think it's the same. Because I have the experience that I have studied, I learned, then I have done other courses, and this is all focused on uh, uh, technical and how some kind of whatever light or modify thing works. But after that, there are other things to have in mind in order to get a job, to apply for whatever.
Mm.
You know, how do you manage your emotions and your stress, and how you deal with people, your communication skills,
Yeah.
all that stuff that is not taught uh, when you are supposed to learn in a professional photography course.
Yeah.
Become a
Yeah.
professional photographer in 2 years, whatever. This is what I did as a uh, school background
Right.
in
Yeah.
this field, apart from other courses.
Yeah.
But so everything is focused on that. Cameras right now.
I know. I know.
A
I
bunch
know.
of them.
I know.
New camera, but a new. I won't say brands, but I've been there too. And this is something that I wanted to uh, from the last year or so to get out of that. You know,
Good.
like, uh, but in the end, here comes the fear again. Like, well, but look, what are these great or these people that are creating these images that for me are great? Because we can get in this debate again. Like, who is a great photographer? Why is
Exactly.
this person a great photographer, different than this one? But I don't like these images that he produces. But I like this one better because I don't know, whatever that moves me, and you know, and this is
I know. You're not alone. You're not alone. I'm in that
it's
club too.
so for me, it's like this, no, that my mind tells me, but hey, but look at this, but you have to have the, but
Well,
and
stop it.
yeah.
You just have to learn to tell your mind, thank you very much for keeping my body safe, because that's what the brain is doing. The mind is
Mm,
just a byproduct. But address the mind, because otherwise it gets pissed off with you and it gets you into mental masturbation even more.
mhm.
So you have to be kind to the mind and trick it, but where you're actually talking to the brain. Okay? So you just say, thank you very much for having my back, for protecting this sweet body. Your job is to protect my body in case I'm in danger, in real danger with my body. You protect me. You tell me what I have to be and do. But when it's about choices with my life, shut the fuck up.
Hmm.
That's my choice. Okay? If you want, either in the end of this, if we still have time for you, otherwise we do it tomorrow or the next day, whenever it's okay with you. I want to do an expand exercise. Have you been on one of my expand exercises?
No.
Oh, okay, cool, cool. Then we definitely have to do it. We
Okay.
definitely have to do it. Because that puts you in a completely different space of being. Please remind me so I can send you the link to my expand online events that I've had.
Okay.
I haven't done them now for a while, but I will keep on doing them. They're free of charge. I used to charge some money for them, and now I've stopped charging, and I'm just, it's just there.
Okay.
Uh, and it's something that's going to help you a lot, and you can use it. And I'm just saying you as you, Xiaomei, personally, because I don't give this to anybody, because I really get your energy, and it's something more that, apart from the idea that I had, that I would like to talk to you about. Because I see what's really unique about you among all the photographers that I've met in my whole life that I've been teaching. I don't teach, but let's call it teaching for now.
Okay.
And you really have something special. I've seen a lot of special people that follow these conversations. I mean, in the what's it called? That big class that I've done 4 times and then not more. The creative experience. Those people get that. And they get it until the point that they think, okay, I've arrived there. I don't need this anymore. I've gone far enough. And I see that they're just in the beginning. And I'm not expecting them to take another creative experience or whatever, but ask me some questions. Keep in contact and ask me some questions of how I can contribute even more to you. But, that's everybody chooses what they want to choose. It's not up to me. But among all of these that are great, great people, fantastic people, there is an energy in you that I perceive that is really unique. And it's an energy, especially as a man, of kindness, of vulnerability, of willingness to go outside the box and look outside the box. And it's an energy of contribution as well. And it's an energy of actually, well, it's kind of obvious to me that you're happy on this planet. No matter what shit is going on, you're actually a happy being. And this comes out of your kindness and your gratitude. And I see that. They're very transparent, they're very obvious. So please, when you forget those things about yourself, start having conversations with yourself as well and acknowledging that for yourself. Thank yourself for having come where you've come now. And thank yourself for having the courage that not many people have to actually have come this far. Call it emotionally, spiritually, whatever you want to call it. But apart from your mind and your brain and what is actually logical in this reality, you have the guts to actually go beyond this reality and actually look at it. And that, my friend, is one of the things that is unique about you. And the rest that is unique about you, maybe only, well, probably only you know, and probably not even you know 1000% because you're not willing to recognize all of it yet. I mean, I see Yulia, my fiance, and she's done these things that I call photo facilitations, which I hope one day you'll be able to do as well. I'm planning to do a course on that, but that, I don't know. I got the point of view, and that is probably never going to happen. But let's see. Because I do these things called photo facilitations, where I actually take pictures, not for the pictures. They're grateful for the pictures in the end, but I'm actually facilitating people in front of the camera, and that's why they pay €1,200 for 3 hours. It was started at 1.5 hours, but I realized that I could never stop at 1.5 hours because I was not done. So I just extended the time and kept the same price because otherwise for me it's too short. My team said,
What
hey, huh?
I have a question about this because
Yeah.
so just a short one. So the photo facilitation, do you do it for photographers or anyone?
No, for anyone. It's my so-called portrait sessions.
Okay. So it's like a portrait session. Uh, so to say. I know it's not just
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
So
It's not even a portrait session in the classical way because they don't bring people in the studio and do multiple lighting setup and then deliver the picture. It's not that at all.
no, no.
I do them all over the world. It can be in my hotel room. It can
Okay.
be their hotel room. It can be on the beach. It can be wherever they choose or wherever is convenient. And if the place that I'm in is an Airbnb and I just have one white wall, okay, let's do it on this white wall. I asked them, the thing that I asked them to bring is at least 3 changes of clothes.
Mm.
If they want hair and makeup and they don't have it, they can ask me, I can supply it, and they pay to the hair and makeup artist. I don't want any money from that. If they want a stylist to go shopping with them or borrowing clothes or whatever, I can organize that too. I don't take money for that. I just put them in touch with each other. Or they choose their own hair and makeup and stylist if they want that. Most people just go in their wardrobe, pick their clothes, and come with them to me. Most people put their own makeup on, and most people will not even put makeup on. Why?
And would you, because
Yeah,
I just I'm curious about beauty.
yeah.
So would you recommend this? So to have a photo facilitation, even if, or maybe even more important, when you are not or so me being the photographer and not being comfortable in front of the camera.
Then you should definitely have one.
That's what I was thinking.
And
Okay.
the thing with photo facilitation and why people choose it, because I get it's a lot of money to put out 1,200 euro for a photo session. I get it. But I'm not going to lower, I've tried lowering my prices.
Mhm.
In the last period, because when I first came to Russia, I had booking after booking after booking. And not this time. This time I just chilled out and did what was required and whatever. I discovered that I'm a DJ as well, so I'm pursuing that career too, and I'm having a lot of fun with it.
Yeah.
And if you know of any clubs that want me, I'm coming tomorrow.
Okay.
Yes.
I don't have much on clubs because I'm not
Yeah,
very outgoing and for clubs
yeah,
and stuff. But
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to a club this evening that I just discovered this afternoon, actually, from a friend that I haven't even met yet because I'm part of a group in Rome. So I'm going to meet her. And when I was in Russia, it's really funny because I was telling Yulia, God, you know what? Now that I'm a DJ at 62 years of age, now that I'm a DJ, um, I really would love to be a radio DJ as well.
Okay.
I can see myself in the studio because I love recording studios in a broadcast studio, actually doing my sets and having these people listening to my music and maybe even dancing at home with my music. I don't know, or just enjoying driving that car with my music. That's fucking brilliant. So, and I've been asking this, how do I get into radio? And I get this invitation on this group from these people in Rome that I've only known for 1 week because a friend of mine invited me to this group. I went out one evening for drinks and I met this whole bunch of new friends in Rome when the day before I said, fuck, I have no friends in Rome. I was like, all of a sudden I have like a lot of friends in Rome and super kind, super crazy and sweet and from all walks of life. And today they send an invitation to me to this club evening of electronic music, which is what I play. And, uh, and she's in charge of a web radio.
Okay.
So I'm going to meet the creative director of this web radio and this club that has events every Sunday evening.
Wow.
So, it's really that thing of asking, you shall receive it. That is my biggest mantra. It's hidden in the Bible, in the Quran, in all the religions. Asking, you shall receive it is not a lie. It actually works. But you have to be aware of how to ask and how to receive it. And the biggest part of it all is that we never taught how to receive anything in life. We're taught how to give and not taught how to gift. It's a big difference. To give is functioning from the transactional reality that this world functions from. I give you this, you give me that. A gift is, I would like to gift you this. I'm not expecting anything in return. Why do I gift it to you? Because it makes me happy to gift it to you. It makes me happy to see you happy. Most people will not get it. a lot of people will say, why are you giving me this for free? What do you want from me? What are you expecting? And they freak out when you say, I'm not expecting anything from you. And people will react, but that's how I function. Yes, business is one thing. This is what I deliver, the deal and deliver again. This is what I deliver, and this is the deal. That's a transaction. Business requires transactions. Us as beings, we actually do not function from transactions because the transaction started way, way back in time. I have to show you something. 1 second.
Okay.
Oh, it's heavy. Guess what this is?
Like a sculpture, something like that.
It's a coin.
Ah, coin.
It's an African coin.
Wow.
This is one of the ancient origins of money.
Okay.
It's out of metal.
Yeah.
So somebody actually created this, obviously, in order to buy something very valuable.
Yeah.
And the actual value of it as such is not regulated by a bank. It's based on the amount of work and care that somebody had to craft this.
Okay. Understand.
And gift it to somebody in order to receive, I don't know, a cow for this, or a sheep, or I don't know. And so that's where the money came in. And then we could go on with this for hours on this conversation. But basically, we actually were always gifting and receiving. And the give and take came afterwards. Okay? So gifting and receiving is part of us. And let's honor our business with the transactions. Because gifting and receiving is also the kindness. And the kindness always brings up who we actually are. They don't function with the mind. They use the mind to their advantage, but they're not dictated by the mind. Okay? So yeah, I was telling you about the photo facilitations. So I tried to lower the prices, not this time, but the time before that I was in Russia, because I saw that there was less demand, but I kept seeing that there were people that were saying, yes, I want to do it, I want to do it, I want to do it. And a lot of them saying, I want to do it, but it's expensive for me, so I have to put away some money. And I was saying, hey, we actually have some payment plans for Russia, because the banks actually allow us to offer you a loan from the bank where you don't take the loan.
Okay.
Okay, so it's a special Russian thing with their banks, two of their banks. So I thought, let's do that. I'm fine with that. And they're still not choosing it. So I was like, okay, you know what? I was talking to my team there. I said, let's lower the price. And I already got a lower price in Russia because their money is worth almost nothing now. So I reduced the price there. And they're still not getting it. So I was like, lowered the price considerably and nothing moved. So I realized, once again, because I knew this already before, that lowering the prices will not make you sell more. People are willing to pay whatever you charge if it's something they really want. And you have to get them to the point of getting them to know what you really want. So the photo facilitations, I know why they want it. I know what I deliver. And the photo facilitations basically are people that want to really do some changes on their life and are willing to go through a very uncomfortable process of these sessions that are made with photography. And sometimes they're super uncomfortable, sometimes they're not. But most of the time, I got a call from a girl yesterday, a message, and she says, well, I have to talk to you because I saw the pictures when we shot them. I was super happy with them. And then I received them and I opened them, the same pictures that I saw before. And I'm like, I shut the computer down immediately. What is that? And I just said, okay, let's have a chat on Monday. It's part of the process. It's cool. I've got a few more questions to ask you. Photo facilitations, I do not ever, ever, ever give any answers. I ask questions. A question will always empower and an answer will always disempower somebody. Because with a question, you empower somebody to actually dig inside on themselves and see what they know. because we all know something that nobody else knows, and that is called our intuition, our gut feeling, call it whatever you want. But we all have that innate within us, that we have knowledge of so many things in our life that nobody else has. And that's also what makes us, all of us, unique. And most of the time we disregard it because to us, it's kind of obvious that everybody knows this. Let me know. No, it's not true. Most probably, nobody on the whole planet knows this except for you. So that's one homework that I will give you, and not just for this class, but for the rest of your life, to ask over and over again. So what's my superpower that I have not acknowledged yet, that if I acknowledge it now, would create a completely different planet? What is my superpower that I have not acknowledged yet, that if I were to acknowledge it, would create a completely different world? Okay? So if you haven't written it down, watch the recording, just write the time that it is now and look for it in the recording. And
Yeah.
if you like to put this mantra over and over and over and over again, you can record it on a thing called voice loop on your iPhone. And you record it once and you can put it on loop and you can put it on your phone and have it not quite on silent, but just one notch up from silence. You still can't hear it, and put it away from your bed. Even if you don't hear it, it will run in your brain. That's one of the best way to learn languages, by the way.
Okay.
Okay? To learn anything, you have something on repeat when you sleep. Then you absorb. Then your mind is willing to receive something that is actually positive for you.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay? So what superpower can I be? Or what is my superpower? It's up to you how you word it.
Mhm.
So, but let's say, what superpower can I be? Because there you maintain the question again, an opening question. So what superpower can I be that if I were to choose to be that superpower, the world would be different? Or I could create a different world. Okay? And to be in that question is really to dig deeper and deeper and deeper inside yourself and see what's actually really special about you. And trust me, if you're more and more vulnerable with you, because it's a vulnerability with yourself, exercise this as well, is to dig so deep that you will probably, at some point, it took me years to get there because I'm just so fucking stubborn and evil against myself, is how all the parts that I judged as being wrong about me were actually my superpowers. Why? Because I was judging those things as being wrong, when in actual fact is something that I've just hidden very deep from myself, especially. That is actually that when I bring up and I'm willing to bring up, then it actually creates more. So it doesn't have to be that way, but it's really a self-exploration journey. This question opens up a self-exploration. Okay?
Mhm.
So again, yeah, the photo facilitations, Julia has had so far, we've been together almost 2 years, 1.5 actually, a little bit more than 1.5 now. And she's had, I can't even count, I think it's like 6 or 7 of them. And we actually met because she chose one. And I see her changing. And the thing with the photo facilitation is that when I look at somebody, I have not an ounce of judgment. I am very aware of where they're judging themselves. It's so obvious to me, it just jumps in my face. Oh, they're judging themselves for this and this and this and this and the other. I don't say anything, it's not my job to dig into their pockets, but it's obvious to me. But I use that knowledge of my perception of them to actually clear those layers that they're willing to clear. How do I clear them? With questions. What questions? It's a very long, there's no answer, but it's a very long answer. It's, what is it now? 17 years of a lot of classes to be actually certified in this. So I know what I'm doing. I'm a facilitator. I'm a certified facilitator, and that's what I do. And that's what I said before. I never give answers to people. I will always ask the questions that I know are required in that exact moment in time. And that photo facilitation is a process of these things. And the reason why I'm saying that maybe it will never happen, that I will create a course for people to become photo facilitators, because in order to do this, I've looked into it and I cannot do it just with my part of the course. They actually have to take at least some of the classes that I've taken to get here. Because would I trust myself before I did these classes? No, because I would not know where the fuck to go. I would think that I know where to go, but I didn't know not even a hundredth of what I actually know about this today. So, and it's not me changing people, it's actually getting them into a space of them questioning themselves and them choosing what's actually going to change. It's not my job to change their lives.
I
They
see.
can only change their lives.
Like,
What I see is that with these photo civilizations, and that's when I realized that photography is actually a gift. Light is a gift, and it's misused by 99.9% of photographers. And as I say many, many times, photography today is used as a weapon of judgment, especially in social media. I choose to use it as a tool of infinite possibilities when it's created with no judgment and with questions. And part of this course actually brings you there already. The only thing that's stopping you from actually doing photo facilitation, because I stop anybody that's actually calling, including Amanda, my ex-wife, she started calling the photo facilitation, and I called her, I said, you don't do this. Even if you have taken the same classes as me and everything, but no, you're not using this name. First of all, it's mine, and not just because it's my name, but because I consider that some things that happened that you have created actually go completely against what photo facilitations are all about. So she stopped. So I'm very, very careful with this. If I get there one day, I'll be super happy, because then I'm really coming to what I would like to create with photography on this planet, which is actually to have more and more photographers that create a space of non-judgment with their photography, whether it's selfies, portraits, commercial pictures, any type of photography. Because really see how photography, now video as well, but it's still photography. Videography is just photography with a lot of pictures on the same second. That's all.
ah,
It's still photography, and it's the energy that's behind it. If there's more of us that work with this energy of non-judgment and gratitude and all of this, the world would actually start changing faster and faster. Call me crazy, but I kind of know that.
yeah, it's, what I like is, because we've heard, or I heard this and read this many times, that if you want to be different, you have to do something, we could say unique, but at least different too. I know I'm repeating this word and it sounds obvious, but in the end, for me at least, it comes to this. Beyond technique, beyond, you know,
Yeah,
all this this speech on, yeah, I don't know, whatever, even creativity.
yeah,
I think it has, for me,
yeah,
and yeah, I feel it this way. And with you, from the very first moment, I'm not talking about minute one, but I remember that first YouTube class, and there was I think it was something about the comments, and like people was eager to, I don't know what, but about how to position this light and so
Yeah.
on and so forth. And I remember you like in a very calm way, but like this is, I can't remember what you said exactly, but I felt you and the energy, when we were talking, no, the energy. Don't worry. So I will teach you something, and I don't know exactly what you were wording this, but it's recorded, so we could go to that video now. It's there. It's on YouTube. But and I said, yeah, it's like, come on, I'm here. I know this is something that you and I don't know with who you talk to put this together, but uh, it's something that we are given at no cost. We have just to be here now, and we will learn something. But like people, I don't know, maybe it was trolling, no, but a lot of people said, when is the class starting? And you were already talking about live and I don't know, but it was already part of it. But so yeah, we are focusing a lot on detail, technical details, and to have a blueprint on how to do this and this and this, and we are not going deep. I told we because I tried to change this, but so, so what you were saying now about the photo facilitations and why it's not about lowering the prices, and I think it's uh it's because of this, because we are focusing on what's not I won't say important, but the the root or the soul of it, or I don't know how to
Yes.
express this idea, but it's I think it has to be something more meaningful, so to speak, deeper. It has to. It doesn't have to be here, but here.
Yeah.
Maybe it's not here. It's a bit. No.
Yeah. It's
But
all
you
around
know what
you.
I'm trying
I
to
know
to say.
exactly what you're saying. Yeah.
It has to be something more like spiritual, and I am not talking about religion. This is something that everyone has their right to choose or
Yeah.
not. But there, no? It's spiritual in the way that it has to be more deep, and uh, because in the end, how many millions of photographers or whatever your artistic background it is, this is something that I've been talk about. uh, if you go to Spotify, so to say, or whatever you want, how many songs are there? They told me, uh, I challenge you to find one that hasn't been played at least once. So there is an audience for everyone, and in photography the same. So at this point we can have two people who are or who take pictures, and you have this technical this quality, this whatever we want to talk at this point, and it's there's no difference. So what would make you choose one over the other? So, and I think that if 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 you are not aware about this, if you don't feel this, uh if you just choose on the cover of the book, then it's not possible to go further.
Yeah.
So this is what I appreciate a lot from you, that you are trying to, or you're trying, you do it actually. That is to give to transmit this idea about um, yeah, you call it the energy, but yeah, we can word it differently, but it's that. It's something that goes a little beyond that, you know. Uh, Again, if you choose just because what you see and you just, oh, I like this lighting, I like this coloring, or I like this, the space where they do this work, or the price, I prefer this price than this one. I think this is much more well, in the business part, more difficult because you will have thousands, I guess, of competitors, even if we know that there is no competition. But in talking as a business, if we go at the artist way, there are a lot of artists that maybe have a lot of things in common with you. So the only way for me, as I'm seeing this after spending all this wonderful time with you, is to go deeper, to be able to communicate with another person. In this case, for example, you and me, and to have that impact, no, like that touch of, that it is something more. It's just not just, I don't say forget about all that part, but it's it's it has to be something meaningful. Other than that, it's just yeah, I sell. I'm inventing this, but I sell meat. You also sell meat. The other one, yeah, we want to produce the most ecological. Our cows are listening the whole day with classical music. They live in the mountains in Switzerland. They eat grass. It's the same. You're producing the same. Maybe there's, but then trying to tell with this is that it's about going this like beyond the surface, and I think most of us nowadays, it's what we are receiving constantly, and it's very difficult, and I think that every day it's even more difficult.
Yeah,
And because we are being told and sold also about that, yeah, you have to look like this, and the most important thing is what you show.
absolutely. And we've been taught this since the day we were born almost. And with social media, and that's the reason why I started my class that in the beginning exploded, and then, people at one point, I mean, I had in my opening class, which was in Budapest, I had 80 paying participants in class and more online, which for a premiere of a class that is that different, called Undefining Beauty, that nobody even knows to this day what that actually means. And I keep repeating, well, the name says it itself, it's undefinable. I cannot define this class. And these classes of mine are based on your questions. So I don't know what the next one's going to be like. What are you going to ask me? And maybe I can predict a little bit, but not really, because I don't know what's going to come out. And people chose it up to a certain point, and then some of them didn't come back and it's an ongoing thing. I mean, I'll carry on doing these classes if more people want to do them. But and a lot of them came back so many times. And the funny thing is that after a couple of years of doing that class, I got a team that was massive. I had 49 people in my team. 49. And I was like, fuck, wow, this is growing. And that's when I started seeing actually the class going down in number of participants. And I was like, what the fuck is going on about? First of all, I found out that most of these 49 people were actually asked to be in my team because they wanted to take my classes for free. They loved them, but they didn't want to pay for them anymore. And as I brought in the team, as part of the Deal and Deliver was like, you keep promoting this class in your country because they were from all over the world. China, Japan, Australia, you name it, they were there. And so they started promoting, they started inviting people to the class. So of course it was going down, but and I had some of the last class that I did, I just had my team there. Sure, I still had 49 people online, just my team. It was, which was crazy. And I kept on saying, and I should never have said that, even if I have just you guys on this class, I'll keep going. And and guess what? I asked for that. I said, because everything you say you actually asked for, I should have shut my mouth on my brain, because even if you think that, that's what you receive. And that's exactly what I received, just them. So I fired all of them, except for a couple. But it's really this thing of, yes, there is something deeper. And social media is what got me to start, first of all, with Undefining Beauty, which for me is one of the most important things that I created in my life. And I really hope that it carries on. I might change the name because the energy is changing. And that's another thing. Follow the energy on if you do like projects or whatever, follow the energy of what they want to be called. Don't go in your head. Ask the project, so what would you like to be called? Okay? And because it's like a new being that you bring into the world. And the photo facilitations for me is another gift, which is part of my contribution to everybody else. And people might say, yeah, you want to contribute to people where you take €1,200. Yes. If you were to go to Anthony Robbins for a private session, how much would he charge you?
No idea,
At
but
least €5,000
okay.
for
Yeah, I thought it would be some
for
amount like that.
maximum 1 hour, maximum 1 hour.
Okay.
And maybe it's even a half an hour, €5,000. I'm not sure. So I'm not saying that I'm Anthony Robbins and I'm not comparing him to me, but and I know what I can deliver and I see how people change their lives with my photo facilitations, then I think €1,200, which is actually the old price, that's the new price for Russia, because the new price is actually €2,000. And I'll still give the 1,200, but to very selected people, to really my closest friends and people that are returning to me, I'll still honor that price. Fine. But it's, and I'm asking the sessions themselves, so what would you like to be charged? And also when I brought down the price to €600, so half price for Russia, because I thought, okay, well, people don't have any money, whatever, so let's do 600. Didn't change anything. Not even one person came in from that.
Mhm.
So it's like, okay. And it's not related to money.
No.
It's really not related to money. And charging clients, yes, I have my day rate, and play with that as well. And I'm not saying always bring it up. I'm saying be willing to bring it up or down, but always being in the question. And ask your business first. You can even do it for each job. You can have your day rate and then you ask your business, okay, so dear business, how much would you like for me to charge for you for my sessions? My commercial sessions, my portrait sessions, my this, my that, and the other. You can make a list. And then just place a hand in your heart and you just get a number. Let's say portrait sessions, you get a number like, okay, €800. Ask yourself with that €800, how much you charge for a portrait session, for instance, now, if I may ask you.
It depends on, yeah. I don't have
Your price.
a rate like no. It's
Okay. Let's say you're doing a
yeah, that
session.
is one of my problems. So in the business side, that I don't have like we could call it a business plan, and you
I don't
have
have a
to,
business plan either.
but
My business plan is to
like at
that's
least you have a day rate, like you were asking me. But for example, for the job I did, I mentioned,
Mhm.
as I had a rate before with this same client, or he paid me that amount, I charged the same, and it was 100. €100.
100?
Yes,
100 euro for a day's job?
yes. And I know that is
No,
totally,
mate. I will not allow you. I will not allow you to even look at your camera for 100 euros anymore.
yeah,
You don't even touch your camera. You can look at it if you want, but you don't touch your camera to work for 100 euro.
yeah. That is what happens when you are, and I know this is something I'm working on it, but I know this is wrong. It's from my side that uh, that like showing desperate and blah blah blah. But
If you show desperate, I'm seeing it in this period of my life.
I at the end I do it like I'm it's a learning. No, it's a
Yeah,
learning curve.
yeah.
So I'm like a bit like that. No, it was like you have to go to the shit, if I can say that now, to learn. No, it's like you can try to shortcut, but in the end, somewhere at some point, you will go back
Yeah,
to the
yeah.
stage where you should be. So I'm making these mistakes,
It's not a
uh,
mistake. It's a learning.
or but I know that I have to change that, and I have to work to that. But as as it's done now and it happened, and uh, I take it as a learning, uh,
Yeah,
as a learning.
yeah. I have the point of view that I'm willing to see a client go unless I actually am happy 1000% with choosing to work with that client, first of all, and second of all, for accepting to be paid what that client is paying me. And what client that client is paying me is me that decides. Then they get the choice to say yes or no. And if they say no, I say, okay. I heard somebody, when was it? Last week. It's somebody that I know vaguely, and she said, oh, could you do a portfolio for my son? And I said, sure, because he wants to be a model and I know he can, and blah, blah, blah. Okay. And I said, maybe we should talk about the price because it's a portfolio we're talking about, and a portfolio it's not a photo facilitation and it's not a portrait session. So, you know, I said, yeah, but just, he'll call you and just say, Mum will take care of it and not to worry. And I said, yes, but if Mum is not to worry, you and I should discuss that before. And she said, yeah, but we'll do that. I said, no, we'll do that now before you send me your son because I want it to be clear for you. I charge for my photo facilitations 2,000 euro. And what I can do for you is that since you're a friend, she's not really a friend, I've known her, she's an acquaintance. And I said, I can give you a super price, I'll give you for 1,000 euro. And she started shouting at me. She said, how can you take 1,000 euro from a young man? I said, first of all, it's not a young man, it's you. You said you would pay, you're not a young man. As far as I know, you're a woman.
Hmm.
And I've given you half price on my rate for a photo facilitation, which is way cheaper than what I charge for a book. If a model comes to me for a portfolio session, which is not a book, it's not a full portfolio, it's one session of maybe maximum 2 hours, and a photo facilitation is 3 hours, and it's a maximum of, I don't know, a couple of changes, and they pay for hair and makeup, and they pay for the student, and pay for all those things. And I mean, for that, I charge 1,200 euro if a model calls me. And that's it. This, you know what a photo facilitation is. If your son desires a facilitation, I can give him that too, related also to the business he wants to get into, because I have been a model agency owner. So I know that world very well. So he will get pictures that he actually can use in his portfolio to contact the agencies. And I can help him in get in touch with the agencies because I know them personally. She keeps on going and she ends up saying, oh, but here in Rome, she lives in Rome.
Hmm.
Here in Rome, I can find a photographer that does it for 45 euros. I started laughing my head off. I said, you know what? I'm totally wrong. You're completely right. If there's a photographer that does it for 45 euros, don't even think about me. Just go to that guy and just be happy with what he delivers. Please do not call me for this because you're wasting your time and your money if you come to me. Don't come to me for that.
Hmm. Yeah, yeah, I understand this perfectly, but it's but as a,
It's just a choice, Jaume. It's just
is
a
it?
choice.
Yeah, but so what comes here is it's different stages and of course different backgrounds and levels and whatever we want to call this. So uh, but the idea, I get it.
Yeah,
So if the client wants a price, doesn't want you. What
yeah,
the client wants is a price. That's it.
yeah.
Doesn't care if it's you, if it's this, that, or the other one.
What you want is the
So yeah.
people, the clients that want you.
So yeah, what I I want, or at least it is what I think would um, be better for me as even like a person. I won't even go like a photographer, artist, or whatever. But as a person is to work with someone that wants to work with me because of me, not because
Yes,
of a
of course.
price
And
or
that's what you want
because
to
of
be.
a camera or because of a studio or because you
Yeah,
work with that people. Yes, but
yeah,
so
yeah.
and this is, I think this is, I really think it's like uh like a dream, so to
Yeah.
say. But I I think my aim, or at least mine is that, not to be able to work with people that want uh, or spend time with people that really want to spend people because of you, not because
Yeah.
of your background or because of your friend or because whatever, because that in the end it's not honest.
No, and at the same thing, that's completely right what you say. And at the same thing, you have to use everything to your advantage, even if it's those things that the client wants me for my background. Okay, use that. I use that. I mean, I think it's ridiculous, for instance, that Profoto gave me the name the Light Shaper. I think it's first I didn't want to use it, and then I thought, you know what? People seem to like this silly name. I'll use it. Okay, I'm the Light Shaper. Okay, fine. I was in China once in a place called Guangzhou, and I had a big class there, and I was just walking away on my own because I wanted to have lunch on my own because I was, I had a big class, a full class. I just wanted to have some space for myself. So I walked down the street in this new city of mine, and I hear these two Indian guys shouting, "Mr. Light Shaper, Mr. Light Shaper!" Like, what the fuck? And I turn around, I see these guys running, and they had cameras around them. Says, "Is it you, Mr. Light Shaper?" I said, "I'm Andrea Belluso. Hi, nice to meet you. What's your names?" He said, "Oh, we're big fans, blah, blah. Oh, what are you doing here?" I said, "I don't know. What are you guys doing here?" "Oh, we're here on holiday, and then we meet you." I said, "Okay, you want to have some lunch? I'm going to eat. You want to have lunch with me?" They said, "Oh, can we?" Yes. Okay. So, and that's fun. It's a fun thing. And I realized then this stupid name actually brings people to me because they want to know more from me. And we had a fantastic conversation that went actually beyond light, which was brilliant. And I realized, fuck, I'll use all this. So if you will go on my website, and it's all there. It's like, maybe I don't talk. Yeah, I even talk about the light shaper on my website, on my official website, and I use it on my resume as well. And I say international, Italian international fashion award-winning photography. It's a very long fucking description of me. Why? Because there's something in there that a lot of people will kind of want to work with. Oh, I want to work with an award-winning photographer. Oh, I want to work with an Italian fashion photographer. Oh, do you see what I mean?
Mhm.
Those things are meaningless to me. Am I Italian? I don't fucking know. I have an Italian passport. My father was Italian. My mother was half Italian. I'm living in Rome, but not really. I'm also living in Russia. I speak 5 languages. Who am I? I don't know. They want to identify me and whatever, fine. But I will use whatever is required for my business. I did an interview. I had used to have a fashion magazine, so I interviewed a lot of the big photographers, and I did an interview with David LaChapelle.
Okay, yes, I follow his newsletter.
Yeah, and he's a brilliant man. And sorry, I just got a message that I have to
Yeah,
answer.
no,
Sorry. Ciao Mani, sì, scusami, è molto tardi, io sono ancora in classe. Sì, vediamoci questa settimana, ti prego, almeno per un caffè, voglio vederti e abbracciarti. Un bacio forte, buonanotte, ciao tesoro, ciao. Um, and where was it? Yeah, David LaChapelle. And we started this interview, and because I was interviewing him for my magazine, we're in New York in his studio, and I say, okay, so David, can I ask you how you started in photography? And he says, yeah, sure. I mean, uh, I basically chose to become a whore, but with the camera instead of with my body. I was like, what do you mean with that? And he said, well, when I was younger, I actually used to sell my body to get money and buy drugs and all that stuff. And then I realized I could actually use my camera and be a whore with that. So, the clients ask me something, I fucking give it to them, man. That's what I do. I'm a whore with my camera. I said, can I quote you in that in my article? He said, oh yeah, fuck you, do it. So, are you willing to be a whore with your camera? I am. I completely am. If somebody will ask me to shoot anything that I don't want to do, I will ask myself a question. Okay, if they show me small money, forget it, because then it's not going to be fun for me. The question that I ask myself is, how much money would make this job fun for me? Because to take money from stupid clients that don't actually get what you're delivering is fucking funny as hell. They don't get it, but they're stupid enough to take what they think they're taking when they can actually get this much, they're asking for that. Well, fuck it, give it to them and charge even more than that. So I give them astronomical prices. And to say, oh yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, sure. I'll charge you this much. And then I watch the reaction. If they run, I say, thank God for that. Got rid of them. They will not bother me anymore. They will never come back. Good. Bye-bye. Idiots. Or stupid. Not idiots, just stupid, ignorant. And if they say yes, I'll go, great. I'm glad you chose that. And maybe then I will give them a discount if I think that that was way overpriced. But it's my choice. And a tip that I give you for saying prices, I'll give you an example. When I was with Amanda and we were going, maybe you heard this story before, I'm not sure. We were going to a client, and it was a new client for me. And we were in the parking of the client, and we were just about to go out to have this first meeting with the client to talk about the job and whatever. And then I turned to Amanda and I said, you know what? My day rate has gone up just now. And she said, really? Just before a meeting, like 3 seconds before a meeting? I said, yeah, business just spoke to me and it wants to be higher. And she said, okay, so how much are you charging now? And I was at 5,000 euros a day just before that conversation. And I replied, 8,000. She said, okay, fine, let's go. She got this way of functioning. So we went in, we had lunch, she prepared lunch for us, and we talked, and she showed us the products and whatever. And I asked her how many pictures, how many of the products, how many variations, blah, blah. And I was, writing all this down, and then we finished. And she said, so how do we do it? When do we do it? I said, well, first of all, let's start with how long it will take and how much it will cost, and then we'll decide. She said, okay, sure. So I said, okay, so depending on the amount of products that you have and the complexity of the job and whatever, it's 3 days job. And I charge 8,000 euros a day. Is that, first of all, okay with you? And the price is for me. It's plus models, it's plus locations, it's plus transports, it's plus, plus, plus. So for me, it's 8,000 euro a day. And I will deliver this amount of pictures and it will take 3 days. Are you okay with that? She said, yeah, sure. Can you send me a contract? Absolutely. Done. Done. And where does €8,000 come in my head? First of all, I got an awareness that it had to be higher. And I asked inside my head before we arrived at the parking. First I got, okay, €7,000. I was going, okay. It felt very comfortable. 7,000 from 5,000, it felt comfortable. And here comes the tricky part. When you get a figure that feels comfortable, go a little bit higher until you start feeling uncomfortable. Not like, oh, fuck no, but just a little bit like, sure, but I'm not quite sure. A little bit uncomfortable. And that's where the 8,000 came in. That difference of between 7 and 8,000 was my comfort zone. I went beyond my comfort zone. And that was perfect. And that might not apply to every job, but that set my day rate from 5,000 to 8,000. And then sometimes I've done jobs for less. I did during the pandemic, or just after the pandemic, I did a job for free for a Swedish designer that I discovered, and actually, no, she was. How did she come in? She contacted me through some common friends, and she started her business during the pandemic. So I found that amazing already, that she starts a fashion company in the middle of the pandemic with no money. And she contacts me and she says, hey, I have this brand and I know maybe I shouldn't be calling you because I don't have that much money and blah, blah. And I was thinking, okay, so is this a client that's coming here to get a free job or a cheap job or whatever? And I got, no, listen to her first. And she said, but I did a shoot and the picture that I did, I'm really not happy with. And then I started asking my question, okay, so is this what I call fraud patrol, that she will come to me saying to me as well what she tells to me about the other photographer, that she's not going to be happy with me, and she carries on like this? And I got like, no, this is not fraud patrol. Fraud patrol basically for me is people that will come to you saying, you know, nobody's been helping me with this, so I'll give you all my money because I know that you can solve my life. And you know that it's fraud patrol because they will never be satisfied and they will complain about you as well, and they will go to somebody else and complain about them, and it's fraud patrol basically, okay? And there's a lot of people like that out there, and which is fine. It's just to recognize them. And I got that she was not this fraud patrol either. So I listened to her and I said, can I please see the pictures? And I saw the picture and I was like, wow, do they even charge any money for this? I find this. I didn't tell her that, but I just said, yeah, I get it. So you want to reshoot? Okay. And she said, yes, but as I said, I've got money, but I don't have, as much as you charge probably because I know who you are and blah, blah. I said, you know what? I'll be completely honest with you. I charge, at that period, I charged what I said, €8,000. I said, but, and this figure came just like this. During the conversation, I'll charge you 1,000 a day. Is that okay with you? And for what you require, it's just one day that is required. But you paid for the models. Is that good for you? You said, you sure? I said, yes, I'm sure. And I did it. I chose that price. She didn't ask for a discount. She actually said, I don't think I can afford you. Did I want to contribute to this person? Fuck yes. That was my first question. Will this create anything? Will this create something for me? Will this create something for her? Will this create something for her business? Will this create something for my business? And most important question, will this create something greater for the planet? And I got, fuck yes. And I did it. Simple as that. You are the one that sets your prices, that chooses your prices, and be willing to change them all the time. Higher or lower, and ask your intuition. Ask you and your business. Okay? And always that little bit above your comfort zone. And if you don't, since you don't have a day rate, great, use it to your advantage. Simple as that.
A lot of things I have to work on.
I'm here for you, my friend. Don't
Uh,
worry. Don't take it that you have to get it all at once. It's work in progress, and I'm still learning at my tender 62 years of age. So don't worry about it. Oh,
okay. Um, yeah, I think I have to leave
you
now.
have to go. I
Yeah.
think, hold on, just let me have a quick look here. One second, one second, one second. Uh, yes, we still have a few. I think we'll do another call in the next couple of days, tomorrow, the day after. You tell me when it works for you.
Okay.
And then I will also give you, we'll finish with what we have. You'll probably have more questions, and when they come, please write them down so you can ask me tomorrow, the day after.
Okay.
Because I'm sure today brought up a lot of questions, and it can be any kind of question, so please feel free. We'll do that one more call, and then at the end of that call, I'll tell you the things for the last part, which is the, let's call it exam, which is not really an exam, it's just, yeah, okay? And yes, one more thing that I would like to discuss with you
Mhm.
tomorrow is a thing called, it just came to me when you were talking, the Ghost Creative Director. And I would like to pitch this new idea to you and what you think about it if you think it's something that could actually work. I'm going to
Okay.
explain it tomorrow, okay?
Okay.
And the other thing that I would like to talk to you about is to actually create something together, okay?
Yes.
Cool. Just send me a text and let me know when you want to have this next call and we'll do it,
Perfect.
okay?
Thank you very much, Andrea.
Thank you, Shalme. You're
It's
amazing.
been, well, I don't even know what word to put, but I guess totally different that was scheduled.
No, really was different.
I don't know. I don't have a plan or something to check if I'm going step by step right now.
How
But
are you doing
it's
at the end of
been,
this?
yeah, it's very not eye-opening, but soul-opening, so to say. It
It's
was
terrible,
like
isn't
that.
it? It's terrible, right? For a photography class, that's awful.
Uh, the thing is that, as I said, it's going beyond that. Like trying to, yeah, I don't know how to to word it, but
Don't worry, I
go
get
beyond that.
exactly
Not
what you
just not constrained in a, like just this topic, but
yeah.
to go. I think it's important, and at least for me it is. And uh, what I like from yeah, not just the talking, but learning and what you talk about, like the energy and stuff, that is that is it's what I have this engagement that it's you know something uh, deeper, something that it's not just what everyone else is talking about. It's something that not many people is
Whew.
talking.
Thank you, my friend. Thank you so much for that acknowledgement.
Thank you to you
Thank you.
because you share it, and
Wow.
yeah, it's also really special. Thank you, Andrea.
I'm so grateful for you. Wow.
Yeah, me too, Andrea.
We'll talk more about this tomorrow, okay?
Yeah, tomorrow.
The last
Okay,
part that I suggested that I wanted to talk to you about.
okay.
Chao, mi querido. Muchísimas gracias.
Gracias a ti, Andrea,
Gracias, gracias, gracias.
because hoy 2 horas more.
Sí, más de 2 horas.
Sorry, sorry for that. Maybe
No, no.
like
I'm sorry for that. I'm grateful
yeah,
for
no, no,
that.
me too. So I was supposed to leave maybe
Oh, well.
9:15 or so.
Me too. Doesn't work. Doesn't matter. Doesn't
Uh,
matter.
okay,
Just let me know when you want to do the next one. and
Okay.
if you want the next one. And
Yes, of course.
actually, with what I'm suggesting tomorrow, you're probably going to get a lot more of this. That's
Okay.
just a little hint of what I would like to propose to you. Okay?
Okay. Thank you, Andrea.
Querido,
Appreciate you.
see you. Bye.
Gracias, Andrea. Bye.
Gracias a ti. Chao, amigo. Chao,
Chao, amigo.
chao,
Bye.
chao, chao, chao.